Hi YouTube family, Paul here, Paul Phillips Fix. Today I got a 01 E430 4MATIC Mercedes. The problem that was happening was there was noise and vibration in the shifter mechanism. The shifting rod in the transmission was hitting the flex disc right here. I put a zip tie there just to stop it temporarily. There's a new shifter linkage up here on the shifter because I replaced the gear selector in there and put a new bushing and clip on that. But the bushing up here is worn out. The problem is I don't know if I'm going to be able to even get in here with a specialty tool that I have to install the bushing in here. Looks like a really ridiculously tight squeeze. I don't know how I'm even going to try to fit this tool in here. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do this. This is not going to work. Maybe in this direction. I don't know how the hell I'm ever supposed to get in there. From the front side, maybe? If I move that shifter back one notch. That doesn't look too good either. This is going to be insane. I don't know if you guys can even see anything in here because I can hardly see anything and I'm not trying to look through the camera. Got some insulation there that may be able to get out of the way. Yeah, this is going to be pretty nuts. Sound deadening insulation in there. I don't know how I'm ever going to get that specialty tool behind there to get that on. Huh. Ain't that a bitch, huh? Why couldn't they made that a little easier to access is beyond me. I don't get that. That is such a stupid fucking design. Excuse my language, but sometimes these words are fitting. Leaves and stuff in here aren't helping me see. Try to get it from this position. I don't think I'm going to be able to get around the back of that, am I? No. From that angle. How about from this angle? From the front, possibly. This is going to be opening Pandora's box, I think. goddamn nightmare. How the hell would I get that rod back in there and get that clip on there? I could get the rod in. I guess I could get the clip on. Alright, I'm not up to tackling this today. We're not doing that right now. Drop the transmission mount and actually drop this transmission down a few inches. Alright, we're not doing that today. I think I'm going to wind up having to drop that transmission mount and drop that transmission down to get to that, which is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know why they couldn't design that a little easier to get to that with a little bend or something, or a little more room up in that tunnel. Okay guys, hopefully I will finish this video at some later date. Two family back again. What I did here, I don't know if I explained it before, so I'm going to reiterate on it. I dropped the 4 16mm bolt transmission chassis mounts. I got my transmission on a motorcycle jack, but you can use a regular jack and a 2x4s or whatever across to dissipate the weight across the pan. I disconnected my exhaust brackets, but it doesn't seem like I needed to do that because the whole engine angled and the exhaust dropped with it. But I was able to access this shift lever now. I used a screwdriver, popped the old clip off because I got a new one. I wasn't afraid of breaking it. I got the rod out and I got the piece of old bushing. I don't know if I have it here where I threw it, but there was only here it is. Only a half a bushing left in there. That's why my shifter rod was hitting my flex disc. You can see how it contacts a flex disc right there. That was making me think that my center support was bad. But then I went to change that and found my universal was clicking a little bit. And I got a custom made drive shaft. I went through 2 of them and both of them were no good. Now today I'm going to try to install a used one. I'm going to put a new center support on it, and hopefully this time I'll have good luck. I don't know why I got 2 bad drive shafts. They were made down in Virginia. I don't know if they were all high on OxyContin or something, but they did a real bad job on both of those drive shafts. The last one was 18,000 out around, which is a lot. A wobbling drive shaft does not work smoothly. I'm putting silicone lubricant on here, silicone brake lube, because it's safe for rubber. Do not use regular grease. You will make the bushing rot out. Make sure you use a silicone based lubricant, okay, because they're safe on rubber parts. Now I got to try to figure out what angle I can use to get in here. This is a tight squeeze. Even with the transmission dropped, this is going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. I can hardly see what I'm doing up in here. I don't know what you guys are going to see, if anything. I think I'm probably better off going from this side. That on the back. God, I hope I can get this in here. Shift lever just moved to the front. Let me try it from that side. My O2 sensor is kind of getting in the way over here. I might have to remove that. I hope not. Those usually don't come out very easily. video I saw on Mercedes Source, he went up around towards the bell housing and did it. I don't think I can get in that way. Let me try going over the O2 sensor. No, not with the shape of this transmission. This is kind of recessed in here. I might not be able to get this son of a bitch on here. That's really gonna suck. If I had to take this to a dealership, they'd probably charge me for dropping the whole transmission. $1,000 job for a $2 part, you know? This bushing went in the transmission shifter pretty easy. I'm gonna see if I can finagle it in there with a screwdriver. I doubt it. I'm gonna try it gently. I don't want to ruin this. I don't have another one to play with. I'm gonna shut this off and let you know how it goes. I'm not gonna kill you with wasted video time. Guys, I'm sorry I didn't film that. What I did is I took a long needle nose, extended needle nose. I lubed up that bushing, squeezed it, set the top edge in, just got it to stick there, then pushed it in with a larger flat blade screwdriver. The specialty tool, that one right there, that's made for these transmissions. The angle that this transmission has, the lever is set in a little bit, so you can't get that tool in there to put pressure on it, even with the transmission dropped. But I just proved it can be done. You could do it with a long set of needle nose and a large screwdriver. I would say I spent about 10 minutes fiddling with it, and I got it, which is not that bad. I thought it was going to be worse than that. So guys, if I can do it, you can do it. Like Eric O says, I'm stealing your lines, Eric. Take good care of your cars, guys, and they'll take good care of you. And sorry I didn't film that. I really apologize, but you couldn't have seen anything. But you can change the shifter bushing on your W210 if you have your shifter linkage hitting your flex disc, giving your shifter vibration. Okay? Or loose shifting. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. And remember, take good care of your cars, and they'll take good care of you. Please give a like and subscribe. Trying to help our channel grow. And hit that notification bell. Wish I was putting more videos out, but I don't like working out in the cold. In the summer, there'll be more. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Sorry, I almost forgot. To get that clip on, like again, I saw this guy at Mercedes Source do it. He was selling it as a tool, a piece of round stock. But I couldn't find round stock that fit that well. So I found this small piece of zinc-coated square stock. Fits right on the clip. I'll put that in and finagle that up over the rod, and the job is done, and then it's on to the drive shaft. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, one last little tip. I had to put a slight curve in that rod. Okay? I put the square stock in the back section of the clip, like this, all the way through it, with the slight curve, cupped that way. I gotta rotate this, sorry. Curve that way. All right. Then I got this up against the rod, made sure I was pushed all the way through, and pushed with the needle nose pliers on the back, and slid it right on the pin. Okay? That was the trick to getting that clip on, guys. All right. Hope this helps you. I try to put useful information on here. Hope I help somebody out. Bye-bye. Hi, YouTube family. Paul here at Paul Phillips Fix. Today I'm working on a 2001 Mercedes E430 4MATIC. I was getting some vibration in the shifter. I figured that my center support bearing was going bad, so I ordered that, and I started pulling the drive shaft out, and I found out the universal was bad. the center support bearing was going, wasn't the main cause, but it was on its way, and the support itself, the rubber was shot. So I did need to change that. But after pulling the drive shaft out, I did find the universal was bad. Now this is a pressed-in universal. It doesn't have any snap rings. So I got a 20-ton press. I pressed it out. I figured, great, I can buy a new universal for it and all be squared away. I called Mercedes-Benz. They don't make universals for this car. You cannot service that universal joint. You have to buy a new drive shaft. I saw aftermarket ones at around $700. I can imagine Mercedes-Benz is only more money. I went on universal joint sites, manufacturer sites. I could not find this. It's a freak size. I guess Mercedes-Benz has that specifically made for them, and nobody else can get their hands on it. So I had to buy a Dorman replacement drive shaft. I got it for $524 or $29, I think it was. But that has a serviceable universal joint in there for future, in case I have any more problems. Monday I'm going to go to a drive shaft specialty shop and see if they can do something about it. If they can refurbish it some way, maybe they'll weld it up and machine it back out to fit one of their universals. Then I'll return the Dorman drive shaft. But I wanted to have that on hand to get the work done, because winter's not that far around the corner. I've been lucky with the weather so far. You can see other videos on what I've done on this car. The transmission, the conductor plate. I did a whole bunch of engine stuff, valve cover, seals, gaskets. You can look at the other videos on my site. I'm going to give you a little rundown on pulling that drive shaft out. I'm not going to go through the whole procedure because it's a bunch of wrenching. What you'll need for that is a 13mm socket and wrench, a 19mm socket and wrench, and a 8mm socket. I think there's one other bolt in there. I forget what size that was. It probably was a 14mm too. But those are the basic tools you're going to need. You're going to have to drop the second rear part of the exhaust and disconnect those 3 rubber body hangers. I have the exhaust over here. Let me show it to you. That's what I pulled out. That's laying on the side. And after you get the exhaust out, you can get the heat shield out, the rear part of the heat shield out without moving anything else. You got to manipulate it a little bit and squeeze it out, but it does come out. And I disconnected the drive shaft from the rubber flex discs. Make sure you take note of the direction that the bolts go in, and the washer goes on the nut side. I believe on the rear the bolts go in facing towards the differential, and the nuts are on that side. And the same with the transmission. The bolt goes in facing the transmission, with the nut on the transmission side, with the washer on the nut side. I'm pretty sure of that, not certain 100%. I did make a note of it. I will check that. If I'm wrong, I'll correct it later on in the video. All right, what I'm doing right now today, while I'm waiting for that drive shaft, is I'm going to throw a new transmission mount in here, because that's got to be getting tired too. It's got 127,000 miles on it. Not an expensive part. And while I'm there to do this, I'm going to do this. I would also like to change the fluid on the transfer case. So far, I can't see an access drain hole or fill hole. I'm hoping when I pull this transmission mount out, I will see it. It might be on the other side. I saw another guy on Diesel Mercedes do a video, and it appeared that it was on the drive shaft side on his car, but on mine I'm not seeing any drain hole. So we'll see. I'm gonna get my other camera on my head strap and take you down there to pull the transmission cross member out and the transmission mount. Okay? All right.